to not do in quarantine is to mess with your hair. There is not going to be anyone open or anyone knowledgeable enough that is around you to fix it. So if you're like me and you have absolutely no idea about dyes or box dyes or bleaching or temporary color or cutting your hair or anything of that nature, leave your hair alone until the salon opens, because oh boy, do I have a story to tell. Now, before I messed with my hair, I ended up having a balayage. I got it about 5 months ago, before this whole mess even started. It was dark. My hair was dark, and then it went to lighter, and it was kind of like highlighted and stuff. And so I really liked it, but you know, of course, I get bored with my hair very easily. That is one thing that I will say. I get very bored with my hair. My hair has been so many different colors over the years. I've been platinum blonde, ash blonde, black, brown, blonde, all different shades of blonde. I've been red, purple, everything. Okay. So, let's go back a little bit. My friends Jessica and Dana were talking about temporary hair dye. So I was silently listening, or reading, I should say, because I really don't know anything about that kind of stuff. I've always, almost always, 99% of the time, I've always gotten my hair done at the salon. So I knew absolutely nothing. And then they went to make their purchases, and I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to go ahead and just make my purchase. And I decided, to get I went with Manic Panic, and I have I had a magenta type of color, and then yeah, I'm just gonna start there. So I had to wait for a while for it to even get here. I think it was probably like a week and a half, something like that, from Amazon. So I got it and I used it and I put it all over my hair, and because I didn't want any more damage done to my hair, and you couldn't really tell. You could tell that, you know, where my balayage was. You could tell a little tiny bit, but no one said anything in my video. And if nobody says anything, that pretty much means you can't tell. So it washed out after a couple times anyway. And I was bummed about it. But I was like, okay, now what? So I decided to go ahead and get the Cotton Candy Pink. I figured, you know, maybe it was brighter and it would show up in my hair. It didn't. It didn't do anything at all. So here I was wanting some fun colors with my hair. Didn't want any other damage. So, you know, I've used box dyes in the past, years ago, but I've used box dye. And whenever I went brown originally, I think it was like last year, I ended up using a box dye, but that was the first time in like a really long time. We're talking about probably over a year ago. So, or about a year ago, something like that. So, yeah, so I figured, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and get a box dye and dye my hair blonde and use the temporary colors. And it's all going to be swell. So, went to get the Garnier, and I'm not sure which one it was, but I know the number was 100. So, we're talking about like a pale blonde here. And of course, I know that it wasn't going to look like the box. It never looks like the box, ever. On any hair dye ever does it ever look like that on the box. Okay? So, automatically expect that. Well, I didn't expect this. Now, throughout this video, I'm going to be showing some pictures. So, yeah. I didn't expect this. So, I basically had this orange thing, orangey, whatever, in my roots. It just didn't, it was terrible. And then I had this stripe. And so, I started to call myself a tiger or Carol Baskin, either one. And then underneath the stripe, which I learned was called banding, which is basically different chemicals on top of it. Like if you go to different salons to get your hair done, or you're constantly changing different reactions to your hair, it can cause banding, whether you get it professionally done or do it at home or whatever. So that's what that was. I learned so much, let me tell you. And so, underneath that, my hair was, I don't know what you want to call it, but it was a mess. So I figured I would go ahead and use the temporary dye to try to go ahead and fix it. So I decided on my roots I would put the cotton candy pink, and then all over the rest of my hair I would use purple. So I put that in my hair, rinsed it out, followed the directions, everything. And the top of my hair with the cotton candy pink, it didn't turn out right. In fact, I want to say it kind of looked worse. Wasn't quite sure how worse it was. I don't know. Both were pretty bad. And the purple, there was like maybe like one patch of hair where like the purple showed up. But other than that, it looked like I put absolutely nothing at all in my hair. Maybe if I went outside and was in the sun and standing on my head, maybe you could see some purple. Who knows? But I couldn't see it at all. So, okay. Now I have a serious problem because my hair's a mess. I need to film, and I was not going to film with my hair looking like that. There was no way. So I simply was not going to film with this mess. I really wasn't. It was embarrassing at the time, and I was angry. And I wasn't going to put it out there. I kind of wish I would have, but you know, I am now through pictures, because I'm no longer angry, because it ended up working out. So I went to Jessica and I said, you're going to have to tell me how to help my hair, because I need to fix this. She knows a lot about hair, you know, and of course I should have listened to her to begin with, which I never did, because, you know, I know everything and I'm always right. And that's just how that goes. So I went to Jessica and I said, help, please help, because I need to fix this. Now, in the meantime, she's getting all these pictures of my hair, and so is Dana, and they're just, oh my God. So, and there was comments like, oh, your poor hair, that kind of thing. Okay, so she tells me, first of all, to go get Color Oops. Color Oops basically goes ahead and pulls all the dye out of your hair, and you're going to have to stand in the shower washing and rinsing your hair out for 1,000,000 years. Not joking. It says that it lifts out of your hair in 20 minutes. Sure it does, but you also have to go ahead and rinse it out for 25 minutes. Wash your hair for this long, wash your hair for that. It's insane how long you have to stand in the shower. Needless to say, I was very clean. Very, very, very clean. Okay? So, I went ahead and did that with the Color Oops, and it ended up being orange, of course, and I still had the stripe in my hair. But the thing about it is, it wasn't as bad, but it was still pretty bad. And the Color Oops, it was kind of a little bit patchy, but of course, these are the first time I've done this ever, okay? So I asked Jessica, I said, okay, so now what? Because, and of course, you know, I was concerned about the patchiness, and she was like, don't worry about it. It should work out in the end. And I said, okay. So she took some time to really figure out what my hair needs. She knew what it needed, but, you know, which one was a thing. And so I ended up getting 3 products from Sally's, and they are all by Wella. The first one is a 16-ounce tub of lightener powder, and I got some Developer, and then I got the T18 toner. So, first step, bleaching my hair. I have never bleached my hair ever in my life. I've always used either box dye or had a professional do it. So, I was terrified, needless to say. I started out with the banding on my hair, then I went to the rest of my hair. I let that sit for a couple minutes, then I went to the rest, and of course, Jessica says, start with the band first until it gets to the same color as the rest of your hair, and then do the rest of your hair. Well, crap, I didn't do that. Well, okay then. So now at this point, I'm a little scared that this is not going to work out, because I know I'm not going to bleach my hair twice in one day, okay? So I went ahead and I bleached my hair, and of course it comes out blonde. It comes out like an orangey brassy blonde a little bit, and no big deal, but I was still a little bit worried. And so I did the toner, and the toner, it says to leave it on for 30 minutes. And so I ended up eating dinner, and I thought that my hair had to be dry for it. So I started to blow dry my hair, which I never do, by the way. And I've blown dried my hair so much the last couple of days. It's insane. But so I stopped after I read the directions, like, oh crap. So I stopped right in the middle. Okay. So it was no big deal. And so I started to tone my hair. So I left it on my hair for half an hour, and she said that I could go ahead and leave it on for longer if I want to. And I was too afraid to do that. I was too afraid to damage my hair anymore. I know that a lot of other people have left the toner in their hair longer. I was just concerned. And so my hair is thin. So I didn't use the whole entire thing, and my hair was pretty much saturated with this toner. And I only used one box. So I ended up rinsing it out and everything, because with the bleach, after you bleach, you can no longer use that's the last time basically that you're going to shampoo your hair, because you can't do that after your toner. You just have to rinse it out. Now, after I rinsed it out, I was still a little bit scared. It didn't look too bad wet. I was still a little bit scared. You could still tell that it was a little bit brassy, that kind of stuff, but not nearly, it wasn't like a clown, okay? And I felt like a clown for a while. So I went ahead and blew dried my hair. I used a blow dryer on my hair, and this is what came out. And I have to say, I actually like this. This is something, I've never been this shade of blonde before, and I'm really happy how it turned out. So I'm glad that I'm kind of glad the whole thing happened, because I learned a lot about hair, and now I've got stuff to bleach my hair for days, for years. And, but man, I would not do this unless you have a salon open, seriously, or you know someone that knows a lot about hair that can fix your mistakes. Because my hair, I know it looks shiny, but it feels a little bit dry. I know that conditioner is going to go ahead and fix that, but I will say this, as far as my hair is concerned, even though I have straight hair, I have thin hair. So I've been following the Curly Girl approved methods. So my hair pretty much, it never saw heat treatment, except whenever I got my hair done. It never really saw anything like that. And I use stuff that doesn't strip your hair of the oils. I don't wash my hair every single day. So my hair was in a lot better condition than it normally would have been if I was using stuff that wasn't Curly Girl approved. I will say that. So I think in a few days, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a nice good oil treatment. And I might do that tomorrow and do just a really nice overnight oil treatment, wrap my hair up in plastic and just sleep like that. And I think that would pretty much bring it back to healthy or healthier, because my ends feel a little rough, especially like right here. So yeah, not a whole lot of damage was done. My hair didn't fall out, thank goodness. And so I ended up researching which temporary color would look good on this color of hair. So there's a YouTube channel, and I'll link it below, where you could go ahead and she does all kinds of like swatches and stuff of different temporary dyes. Now, I noticed that a lot of them that she did, where she did like the pinks and stuff, it turned out more orange than I wanted, because I don't want orange at all. So I was like, okay, so basically I need to stay away from the stuff that I have. And well, the purple didn't take before, and I'm not going to even bother with the purple because it pretended like it didn't even exist. So I don't even think it would work on this. I just didn't want to mess with it. So I ended up ordering the Arctic Fox turquoise. So I'm going to test that out. It should be here tomorrow. So I am going to end up testing it out. I might start out with like little strips of my hair instead of doing it like all over, because I want to see how it turns out, and I don't want to wreck my hair again, even though it is temporary. My goal ultimately, probably at least right now, is I do want to end up going blonder so my hair can take some of these funky colors. But you know, at least now I have all kinds of product to go ahead and do that with, so that's a good thing, you know. So yeah, that is my story. And don't do this at home, kids. It's not fun. It's not fun. You get angry, you get sad. I cried a little, yelled a little. It was an adventure. And let me tell you something. My story of my hair wasn't even the scariest ones I've seen. I am a little bit addicted to TikTok, and I have seen people shave off their hair, give themselves mullets, and do what you want to do. That's fine by me, but I'm telling you, people are wrecking their hair so bad they are shaving their head off or giving themselves mullets because they don't have anyone around them to fix it. They don't know how to fix their hair because they went ahead and destroyed it. So, number one rule, don't mess with your hair during quarantine. That's all. And the money that was spent, let me tell you, the money that was spent from beginning to end with all of the temporary dyes and everything, including the turquoise I just bought, was $120. For $140, I could have waited until all of this was done, went to Ulta, had my hair done, and that's just what, you know, it would have been fine. But I guess for that amount of money, at least I still have some fun colors and a whole bunch of bleaching stuff. So, you know, I've got some developer and some bleach and temporary colors. But still, $120 to have this. And I'll tell you, if I went in this direction to begin with, and I ended up with this hair, I probably would have been upset for a couple of days, and then would have liked it, but because this wasn't what I was going for. It just so happens to be the best out of what happened, and I actually really enjoyed my hair, which is something that I didn't think that I was going to. So, you know, this is definitely different. And yeah, so if you guys have any hair horror stories, I would absolutely love to hear them. Leave them in the comments, because I'm dying to know. You know, this isn't my only hair nightmare. If you guys want me to go ahead and talk about another hair nightmare or some other ones that I've had, let me know, because I would be more than happy to share. So thank you for staying with me through all of this. And yeah, be safe out there. Don't forget your masks. There's plenty of people out there not wearing masks. I see you. I see you not wearing masks. Wear them. Social distancing. All of that. Still do that. Still do that, because it's very important. So anyway, I hope to see you guys in my next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.